Hello, everybody. Today's a really good day today, because I don't know if you noticed, but Artemis has a tier 4. Technically a tier 4, right? Pretty cool skin. I'm not gonna lie. I like the effects. I like how you can ride Tusky. Just everything about it. Voice, all that. So, pretty exciting stuff. But again, hello, and welcome. My name is Firebug, and today is going to be basically a follow-up video for Artemis. I made a How to Artemis 2.0 not that long ago, so if you missed that out, go ahead and click on the top right. It's called a YouTube card. Just click on that, and we'll bring you to the How to Artemis 2.0. And basically, it's a full-fledged guide of basically how I play Artemis and what I do to, like, since I have a lot of knowledge playing Artemis, I made a video to help you guys to play Artemis as well. So, but also in this video, I'll be trying out the new item. It's called Rip Talon. Oh yeah, Rip Talon. Alright, so this item is a new item for hunters. Basically, it gives you 25 attack speed, 10% lifesteal, and 25 basic attack power. I know that it could have changed by the time of this recording, but that is the current stats and during this recording, right? And it says, the passive says, well above 50 health, you get a 15 attack damage. Well below 50 health, you gain a 25 attack damage and a 7.5 lifesteal. So, I usually go with a Devourer's Gauntlet for Artemis, and there's a couple of reasons why. So, first reason is that with Artemis, she doesn't really need a whole lot of attack speed, since her second ability gives her a lot of attack speed anyways. With Devourer's Gauntlet, it just gives you more power. And I feel like the Reptalon Claw, whatever it's called, I feel like it's decent, right? And it works well. And it does increase the basic attack damage, just by slightly a bit, or just damage in general. But what makes Devourer's Gauntlet, in my opinion, still viable, and I know in this video I didn't really do both Devourer's Gauntlet and Rip Talon. I kind of just did the Rip Talon, see how it is. But I've seen a lot of people combine the two healing items, and there is a way that you can get away with that. But with Artemis, I feel like she doesn't really benefit, right, with two lifesteal items, because you're sacrificing another slot for something else that you might need down the road, in my opinion. So I'll kind of just say that Rip Talon is pretty good, but is it very good on Artemis, in my opinion? Not really. Like yeah, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good. But is it like, oh, I must pick it up? Because in my opinion, after playing off screen, right, I still believe Devourer's Gauntlet works best for her. And I believe that in my builds, I should probably utilize more actives. So in my How to Artemis, I know I kind of briefly talked about actives, but what this new meta shift is like Death's Tool, and I've seen a lot of people going with the Sunbeam Bow. Alright. And both are very good. And I feel like yellow numbers right now, or yellow number items, are really popular right now. So yes, Rip Talon is good, but it's not like, oh, a must buy. And do not watch this video, you'd be like, oh, $5, don't buy it. I'm not saying that. Still buy Rip Talon. It's still a pretty good option. But for Artemis, I feel like, in my opinion, and I'm not like an Artemis pro or anything like that. I'm just saying that I have a lot more experience with her. And after playing some more games behind the scenes, that's why it wasn't like a upload after upload after upload, right? Behind the scenes, I've been testing out builds with the Rip Talon, testing out the skin, just testing out everything. This was the actual good match, and I was like, thank God that I got it pretty soon. Because, yeah, some of my matches, and I've said this in my other videos, some of my matches has been up and down like a roller coaster. And sometimes I just get really bad luck with bad teammates. And sometimes I just play really poorly. So, but in this match, I feel like I did pretty well. But going back to the items of Devourer's Gauntlet and Rip Talon, I feel like Devourer's Gauntlet is just slightly better for Artemis, especially when she doesn't really have to have a lot of attack speed with her builds, because she can get away with a lot of like power-based items. That's why I usually give her like Titan's Bane, right? And I usually give her like other items that really kind of just don't have attack speed, but just give her more power boost. And that really works out best for her, especially if you go in with Artemis with an aspect, right? In my opinion. So Devourer's Gauntlet, what's so good about it is that, yes, it does take a little bit of time to fully stack it, but once it's like up to 75 stacks, I know the game's not fully full, right? But once you get to that threshold, then what Devourer's Gauntlet can do is just continuously stack throughout the match. Just continue. So I feel like that is the good reason why Devourer is just slightly better, in my opinion. Rip Talon is a good option, and yes, you could pair both of them if you want, but I don't highly recommend doing that, because you're just wasting another slot of items. Because again, you only have 6 slots in this and the item slots, so having only 6 of them, you had to really narrow down what items would you want to pick. And I know in my How to Artemis, I kind of talk about it, that every match is going to be different. Every scenario is going to be different. So you kind of just have to adapt and try out different builds, right? I still am trying different builds, even though I made the How to Artemis. I'm still learning how to like properly, go to Artemis jungle, or not just Artemis in general, but jungle, right? And what's the good rotations, all that. I'm still learning. I watch like pro players. I watch like majority of that. Did my own research. Blah blah blah. You get the idea. Honestly, I don't know what this. This match was so fucking weird, man. Because, okay, I have a Jimbalanque tank because this guy didn't want to go pure tank. He's like, fuck it. And I'm not going to lie, this guy is just really fucking me over in this match. But that's the thing. That's just Smite, right? Go to any other game, the majority of the players know how to play the game. But when it comes to Smite, and I've said this in my videos, when it comes to Smite, it feels like nobody knows how to play their role or a game, or just in general. Like, yeah, they know the basics, but that's it. But that could be a whole different topic. But going back, Devourer's Gauntlet, since you could continuously stack more and more and more, you gain more power, more strength, and that would utilize your abilities more. So that's why, in my opinion, that Devour is just slightly better. Rip Talent is good. Yes, you can still buy it. If it works better for you, if you want more attack speed and a little bit of lifesteal, go for it. But that's just my opinion. Just the able to like get on Tusky is just so funny to me. That's another topic that I wanted to talk about in this video, was just that I just thought, yes, I like Artemis, of course. Like, I made tons of videos about her. Blah blah blah. She was my first diamond god in Smite 1. So it made sense to go into Smite 2 and make her my first radiant goddess. But having a tier 4 was really unexpected. Like, yeah, I enjoy Artemis, but I feel like majority of other people that play Smite 2 don't really enjoy her a whole lot. Like, I'm not saying I'm the only one that plays her. I know there's people that enjoy Artemis just as much as I do. But to give her like a tier 4 is just like I do appreciate it, but I feel like the market for Smite 2 should be probably somewhere giving someone else a cooler skin, right? In my opinion. I'm not saying this is a bad skin. I'm not saying that. Like, when I talk the way I do, people think I'm talking negative to it, but I'm not. I'm just being realistic. And I would have said this in a different way. Is like, I don't think Artemis deserved the tier 4. Even though, yes, it's a good skin. Yes, I like it, and I appreciate it. But I feel like it would have been more beneficial if someone else had it. Maybe that's just me, and I'm not saying it that like, oh, don't buy this skin. Like, buy whatever skin makes you feel like this skin. This skin gave me joy. I enjoy it. But let's say, like, for my friend that doesn't really play Artemis, he might not enjoy it. And I feel like majority of the Smite community don't really play Artemis. So that's where I'm trying to like go for that gray area and just try to talk about that gray area, how I feel about it. So for people like me, of course I love it. Yeah, it's great. And people that also enjoy Artemis also love it. Yeah, of course. But I feel like majority of the Smite community doesn't play Artemis, right? So that's where I'm trying to get at. Is like yeah, I enjoy this skin. I'm happy that this is in the game, but I feel like it would have been more acceptable if Hi-Rez gave this tier 4 to a different character. I don't know a different character off the top of my head, but someone that would be more popular, right? Like a Kali. I feel like Kali is a little bit more popular. Well, not right now. What's another popular? Besides like the new gods, right? Like Tsukuyomi, Giannis, Yarmagander, except those. And not Neith. Like Neith. Oh my god. Just thinking about Neith getting another skin, it was just because yeah, it's not as bad in Smite 2, but oh my god, it was really bad in Smite 1. So, but if you ever never played Smite 1, Neith used to have like tons of skin, and then like tons and tons and tons of skins. Think of like Marvel Rivals, right? When Marvel Rivals makes another Luna Snow skin. Just another one. That was like Hi-Rez in Smite 1. It was like, okay, another Neith skin. It's like, oh my god. But I know Neith is still one of the popular characters in this game. Surprisingly enough. Um, but I was thinking like yeah, Artemis with the tier 4 is pretty nice. But I was also thinking, it would have made more sense for Hi-Rez to like give that tier 4, not the exact same style or anything like that, just the general of a tier 4 to a different god or goddess. And I feel like it would have just been a lot more successful. I'm not saying this one's bad, so do not, when I say it like that, I don't want you to think just the what is it? The black and white, right? That's not how I'm saying it. Don't think of like just because I said it that way doesn't mean I don't think of the other way. I still believe this is a good skin. I'm just saying it would have been more beneficial for Hi-Rez to give it to someone that actually, more popular gods than, let's say, like an Artemis, right? For me, I'm totally enjoying it. I really am. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I'm trying to be more realistic, and that's just how I am. So, besides just me going back and forth trying to explain it, that's just the best way I can try to explain it. It's just like, I really appreciate this skin. I feel like it's really cool. My favorite one is the recolors. Well, I do like the ice one. I feel like the ice one, her regular one, the one that I'm wearing, it's kind of like a fire one. I love that one. But the other two, they're okay, right? They're not bad, but they're not perfect in my eyes. But again, they're just my opinions, right? If you have different opinions and all that, just leave it down in the comments because I would love to read it. Just in general, like, oh yeah, I think a tier 4 for this god would have been really cool. Blah blah blah. Because that would be really cool idea, right? Just someone to talk about and all that. Another thing I noticed, and maybe I just didn't notice in game, but with the Artemis Saga skin, or whatever it's called, tier 4 Saga Sage, I don't know what the actual term is. What I've noticed is that in the bundle you can change the, so basically when you kill a god, you have a way to change the animation, which I thought it was weird, right? Because I think I made an older video talking about how death animations in Smite 1 was really cool. But now in this bundle, you could change the effects of the death animation. I find that really odd. So I'm starting to realize, like, I don't think death animations is gonna ever come back, and I know they kind of talked about it. It's my the Titan talk, that death animations, they're gonna try not to add it. Blah blah blah. Just like the pillars, I know they're like, yeah, we're not gonna add pillars, and then you go to select a character or whatever, and yeah, there was like pillars again. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like decision making in Hi-Rez is just like back and forth. It's just, I don't know. It's really weird, right? So changing the death effects, I didn't really notice it in this game. Well, in this match, and I didn't notice it in my other matches. I know it's there. I know I crypt it, but it's just I'm not really seeing it. So, or maybe it is there, and I'm just so focused on the actual match than watching someone, die in an ice form or a different form, right? Because you could customize them. So it's a little odd in my opinion. But I do say that the customization that you can customize Artemis, if you don't want like the back bling, you can get rid of it, right? I just tried it on in this match, but I actually end up using the second tier, right? Not her tier 1, but her second tier. The one that doesn't have the back bling, but is still not the first tier. I still think that one's my favorite. It's funny because even in Fortnite, I don't even like having back blings on my character. In Smite, I don't really like it in either. Like in this skin, it looks fine in my opinion because it kind of just works with her. But in my opinion, I just don't like floating stuff behind your character. It's really bad with that one Athena skin, and I can't remember the name of it on top of my head. But I'll throw up the card art and probably the name of it on screen. But that one had a bunch of floating bits behind her, and it wasn't even like close to her body. With this Artemis one, it's close to her, so it looks like it's on her back, right? But the Athena one was like so far out, it just didn't make sense to me to have it. Even in Fortnite, some characters, I'm not saying all, but some characters just look better without a back bling. So, in my opinion, the back bling on Artemis in this one isn't bad. Like it's actually acceptable in my opinion, in my taste. But I actually end up using the one without the back bling. So, but everything's like customizable, right? Her tier 1, tier 2, and a tier 3. I know I'm calling it tiers. It could be a different term, right? Um, but I still enjoy how it looks without the back bling. But with the back bling, it's totally fine. The abilities on this skin, oh my god, it's so good. The sound effects. Well, hopefully you can hear it, but yeah, like that. I love the sound effects. So it's just everything about it's so good. I know the Tusky Ultimate just sounds like Tusky, but everything else, it sounds really cool. And then you can also customize the back animation, as you can see right there. I enjoy the yellow one. The ice one's pretty cool, and there was the other one. I want to say it's Radiant, but it's not the right name of it. Oh, I should have wrote a script about all the names, but you know me. Most of my videos, I don't like to write scripts because in my opinion, if I wrote a script and started reading it, it just feels robotic. It doesn't feel genuine. So, but yeah, the skin's really good. This skin is really good. Rip Talon, it's actually a decent item. It's not bad. I've seen a lot of people build it, probably because it's new. But in my opinion, for Artemis and some other gods, like maybe a Neith that's not going attack speed, if you're not gonna utilize attack speed, you don't have to build Rip Talon. Is like how I'm saying it. If you're more like ability based, get Devourer's Gauntlet. It's just a little bit better in my opinion. It's a little bit better because that you can continuously stack, and that's the only reason why. And if you really think about it, right, with Devourer's Gauntlet, and I've said this in my how-to Artemis, right, you're gonna consistently kill minions. You're gonna consistently kill jungle camps. Even in late game, you're defending your towers, phoenixes, Titan, right, clearing the minion wave. whatsoever. Oh, this part. Yeah. This is the part I was like, man, what the fuck? But that's just Jimbalanque. Jimbalanque is just really good right now. Talking about Jimbalanque, I'm actually gonna make a Jimbalanque video. Not that pretty. Ugh. I'm gonna make a Jimbalanque video pretty soon. So if you don't want to miss that out, and I actually have a decent build for you guys with that. So if you don't want to miss that out, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out when that video does come online. But I know you heard that all the time on YouTube. It's like, oh yeah, if you don't subscribe so you don't miss out, like, subscribe, comment, blah 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 blah. But you'd be surprised, especially for a smaller YouTuber like I am. You'd be surprised that most people will click on your video and then watch the whole thing and then just never interact, or maybe they just forget about it. It's really weird. But you'd be surprised that not a lot of people comment, like, and subscribe. But I'm not like begging for you guys, like, oh please, right? I'm just saying, like, if you're interested to watching my Jimbalanque one, and it's a pretty long video as well. And don't worry, I'm not gonna like yap a whole lot. I've been trying to, like, lately in my videos, I've been trying to like try to slow down the yapping. Like, I'll still talk, of course, but I'm gonna try to slow it down and kind of just think about what words to say next, right? So that's what I'm gonna try to do, is talk a little bit slower, is what I'm saying, and really think about what I want to say next. Because I feel like lately in my videos, maybe it's just too much coffee, maybe it's the energy drinks, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm autistic and I have that, tism. but I noticed lately I've been, I don't know what happened here. I don't even know why I ulted. I thought I was gonna get plucked. But I don't know if it's just that I have so much energy sometimes that when I try to speak, I end up going in my videos. So I'm trying to like get rid of that. But yeah, so let's just like conclude what I wanted to say in this video. I know I still have quite some time because this match was pretty long, but it's pretty good. So to basically recap what I'm saying, Artemis skin, pretty good. I like it. I feel like it's cool. I bet a lot of Artemis players would enjoy it too. However, I still believe that I'm not saying Artemis didn't deserve it. I feel like it would have just been more beneficial if someone else had it. The tier 4 or whatever it's called. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's bad, right? I'm not saying I dislike it or anything. I believe that I wouldn't have mind if Artemis didn't get the skin. If the tier 4 was applied to like a different character. That's what I'm trying to say. But for Artemis mains like I am, I really enjoy this skin. And then Reptalon, decent item, works best if you're going for more attack speed. I feel like with a lot of junglers and carries, I feel like it works really well. Just the passive alone is pretty decent, right? If you're going for Artemis' sake, I don't feel like Reptalon is really needed for her. I still believe the Gauntlet, Devourer's Gauntlet, is a lot better. Just because you get more power boost. with Artemis, in my opinion, more power the better. Like, of course, you're still gonna build some attack speed, right? But more power is just better, especially if you go in with the aspect. And that's only because Devour's Gauntlet, you can continuously stack it and just keep growing that power. The longer the match goes, the longer the power you're slowly going to creep in, right? Especially when you make it to late game. In my opinion, Artemis is not an early game character. So if you want to try out like more early game items, Reptilian would be a little bit better for you. But if you're going for a typical late game, right, kind of Artemis, which late game she demolishes. She's really good at late game. Well, not like perfect, right? Like, but she's decent, is what I'm saying. God damn, that new one does a lot of damage. But yeah, Reptilian, I feel like it's good with early game and mid game, but when it comes to late game, you don't really have that power spike. That's why in my opinion Devour is just a little bit better if you make it to late game. But Reptilian is a decent item. I'm not saying it's bad, so don't think of it like that. But that is pretty much it. The skin's good. Reptilian is a decent item. I feel like a lot of people utilize it. And does it really work in Artemis? Yes. But in my opinion, in my own opinion, right? I still believe Devourus is just a little bit better for her. Because the more power, the better for her abilities. I know she's not an ability base, but the more abilities, damage that you do, it really benefits her. Especially when you activate the 3. Her third ability that has a slow. And your basics will do 15% more damage. With Reptilian and with the Gilded Arrow, I feel like it works really well with her, right? But again, with that Devourers, you're just going to creep up with that more damage over time. I think the way I think of Devourers is more like if you ever played Smite 1 and Chronos is passive, the longer the match goes, the more power he gets, right? That's how I think of Devourers. The longer the match goes, the more power you're slowly going to creep in. So that's how I think of it. But again, I could be completely wrong, right? Maybe there's a build that works just 10 times better than what I've provided with you guys, and it could happen. So in the comments, be like, "Hey, your build's kind of dog shit," right? But I'm just saying, like with my builds, I feel like I have a better understanding with what the god is, what her kit does, and then kind of utilize the build working around it. This is how I think of things. And not just going for, oh yeah, this is the build, and this works best because this pro player, or I watched this other YouTuber and he said this was good. I was like, okay. But again, my builds ain't, it could be not perfect, right? But I'm not saying I'm not wrong either. So I'm just saying these are the builds that help me perform pretty well with her, because I have a lot more wins with Artemis than losses. And when I do lose, I'm usually positive when I do play Artemis, right? I'm usually very positive. or not very, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, well, if this is working for me, then surely it would work with everybody else that is, clicked on this video and started to watch it. So that's just my opinion. But again, just a disclaimer. Maybe I could make a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, or even my how-to one. That I'm not a pro player, right? I never made it to the SPL, but I did used to play rank. I kind of just play casuals in Smite 2 right now, but I'm thinking maybe later I'll probably end up going back to rank. Because sometimes my matches, dude, oh my god, my matches, they're so up and down, right? And that's like, and some of it could be just my fault, but majority of it, I know for sure, is just teammates, right? Dealing with teammates. It's not just dealing with teammates, but it's just like, even in ranked, I know that in ranked, majority of the people that do play it, they're there to try to win. But when it comes to like casuals, I feel like most people that play casuals, they're usually like drunk, high, not really paying attention, blah 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 blah. Like they're not fully locked in, is what I'm trying to say. So okay, so to explain, I slowed that part down. So when I played the match, I was like, okay, I can walk around this Nuwa's like whatever her ability is called, the ghost walk, whatever, the misty step, whatever the fuck it's called, right? I was like, okay, yeah, I can just walk around it. Apparently, my pinky toe, our Artemis was just really thick with that skin, right? She's just naturally that thick. And apparently I got hit by it, so I was like, what the fuck? But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I know I kind of went all over the place, but hopefully you enjoyed it. So thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If there is builds, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe so you don't miss out that Chamberlain video. And check out my How to Artemis video. It's pretty good. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you, and bye-bye.
From darkness brings a single spark, a flicker ignites being light that wants to play.